round of season 26 in Group A. We are starting with French derby, Milena versus Robin. They are not only both from France, but as far as I know, also both from Grenoble. Grenoble club is a very vivid club in France. And by the way, this weekend, there was a tournament in Grenoble. We had two Polish representatives there, Mateusz and Cezary, though I think that they didn't have their best tournament. We would need to ask Cezary because I didn't see his result from the last round against Denis. I hope that he managed to beat Denis Karadaban, but Denis is a very strong player. Other than that, it was not a fortunate tournament. Yes, and perhaps Milena and Robin were also there. I believe so. The game starts with an old school Joseki by Milena. This is not really played nowadays. Nowadays, we almost always play this attachment and then play the keima. It's a good keima once we have a stone on the third line on the bottom side, like just a stone on the bottom side. Then we can play a keima instead of a jump because we are just building territory. So it's a good result for white. I mean, of course, even it's a joseki. However, if white plays here, then black very quickly goes into the corner himself, and this corner is very big. So this is a common thing which can happen also on other parts of the board, just on the side. Two stones on the fourth line, then any player has this possibility of attaching from below and forcing black to connect. We usually, however, don't see these exchanges being played right away, only in some special situations. And this is a special situation. Why this is special and why don't we see it usually being played? So usually the territory which one can get by playing this attachment and pull back is not as much worth as the outside influence which the opponent gets. So here black gets a big outside influence. However, white gets sure points in the corner. And there is also another thing in this particular shape. Not only white would get sure points, but if black plays there, then black destroys all these points, but white doesn't get any outside influence. White is just pushed down to the second line. So white doesn't get this profit of which white would usually get with this attachment pullback sequence. So it's certain that black wants to play these exchanges. They don't cost anything to black. It's just better for black to play them than not. And actually what we most often see these days is in this shape for white to play elsewhere or to play this very interesting pincer. Might look very strange. Black can surely continue like this and like that. But at least white gets some outside. Yeah, so this is considered just easy for black. Easy for black. There is still, by the way, a weakness left in white's shape. So white didn't play the tiger's mouth to have a strong shape. White played this one, but this leaves a weakness. Anyway, the game went up to here. Of course, it's for now all fine. A very big move we see here. This one I am not sure if it is bigger than the move on the top side. I think that approach to the corner enclosure might be more important than protecting against this push by black. However, we see this move, and then black can play on the top side. Maybe like this, or maybe like that. I think this is a beautiful move, big scale. In the game, black plays very calm, just on the side. White attaches. Yes, makes sense. So this attachment it's a bit risky to play it if we meaning white, if we have a stone on the side. Then after this attachment, the complicated variation, which we might expect, might lead to a bit uncomfortable position of white, because then black might have a move which poses a double threat. A threat to squeeze white as well as a threat to attack severely the stone. However, here white does not have a stone, but black has a stone on the side, so it's reasonable for white to choose this variation. Yes, so we see here a Joseki, and black doesn't have any squeezing move, so black simply plays this one, and white captured the stone. But this is a bit slow. Why not play here? I think that 1-2 now is a good exchange for white, isn't it? So it should be better than simply capturing. Or even play this one. I think that this is the most common move. Even not this one, but a Kosumi, the most active. But capturing is a bit slow. Then black creates points. Yes, makes sense. Of course, we want to play here and not far, because white is too strong and white would very easily invade. That's why we played such a cramped move, such a narrow move. But black has already very beautiful formation on the top side, which also reduces white's potential. Now white invades. It makes sense, yes. Up to now, it all makes sense, but the next move in the sequence is usually here. Black cannot really cut, because white can easily counter. Or if black cuts like this, then white can also very easily counter black's plan. Black needs to add a move, because otherwise there is this one. So this is a flexible way to go out, and if black continues, then we can try to make life. But Milena is probably afraid that black will play around here and hit the vital point of white's shape, at the same time destroying white's base, and it will become a bit difficult for white to continue. So she wants to play here in center and only then jump out. Or no? Then make shape and then jump out. I see. But this helps black too much. So usually we would hope for this move and then a cut. If only black cannot capture us in a ladder, right now black cannot, then black is in a pretty difficult situation, and probably black will need to simply pull back, but then we can play this beautiful continuation, which gives us quite a beautiful living shape. Yeah, like this. And we can just make two eyes with this move, or maybe we can even play Tenuki for now, because the group already looks quite much alive. Yeah, so this would be the usual way, but indeed black might counter. However, if we are afraid, then we should play this one. Yes, black might enclose us, but we still have a way in the corner to fight. We can still fight. And if black answers, then of course this is better than the move from the game, because the move from the game helps black too much without helping white too significantly. Of course, here white is weak, black is strong in this shape. So white has a bit weak shape to run out. For now, black ignores it. Black invades white's area, and a similar variation we can see. Quite often we see this Hane, but for now there is also not need to rush with it. Yeah, we might expect white to put pressure. For now, white tries to play actively from her group, but this went not really well for white, unfortunately, because white didn't get much. Maybe white got an access to this side of black, but in fact, black only got stronger, and now the group of white only got weaker. So probably this was not the correct idea to cut. I think we don't need to play from that group. It seems like it tries to make use of the fact that black didn't continue playing next to white's weak group, but the direction chosen is not from the weak stones, but kind of pushing black into our weak group, which put that group of white into trouble. Yeah, white got something on the side, but now white needs to help the group, and black managed the situation well. Now this beautiful Tesuji. White tries to make ice, but black already got really a lot on the outside, so black can simply continue and feel rather safe about the game, or cut here. Yes, why not cut? This cut, just as white played before against black. Now black plays the same. Black learns from white, but this cut seems even sharper because now black has a very big influence on the outside, so the fight will be good for black. Moreover, there is an unfortunate news for white. Black doesn't need to play here now. Black can play this one, and white is dead. Maybe the players missed it. Perhaps they missed it, but this is not Seki. White is dead. And also, if white plays here, the group is dead. So then it's game over if this group should die. But even if the players don't see it and consider the group as alive, if black plays carefully, black will rather securely win the game. So now it's difficult for white because white is cut off. Black plays very smart that he doesn't start to play from the strong stones and push white into his weak group. But this is already taking some risk. So I think that I would simply answer. Even if white will somehow find a way to connect back, the price which white will need to pay will be too big, and black doesn't need much to win this game. Black is already better, probably on points. Let's count. 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 66, 66 for sure. And white has 10, maybe 22, 32, 42, 44. Let's count these all as points. Maybe up to 50. And also black has more potential than white. So black is certainly better in this game. And this is taking some risk because who knows what will happen in the fight. However, Milena extended. All right, then it's easier for black, it seems. And yeah, the whole group of white was under attack. And at the end, black cut off a part of this group and Milena resigned. Yeah, so this is it about this game. It went good for black from the beginning. Thank you for listening, and we will be moving back to Polish language because we have 2 more games, and the next game which we will review is Cezary versus Piotrek.